So a couple of minutes ago, I just went to go check my subscription page just to see what has been uploaded. And then guess what? I saw this posted from Star Wars Explained. So you know that when there is a Star Wars Book of Boba Fett trailer breakdown, then there must be a Star Wars Book of Boba Fett trailer. So I looked it up, and it turns out it's true. There is an official Book of Boba Fett trailer released by the official Star Wars YouTube channel. So honestly, this was really cool to watch. So immediately, I watched the trailer only once, and it was definitely a really good trailer. It's only a teaser trailer because you can tell that they haven't really released any major story details to the trailer. It's basically just to give you an idea of what we could be expecting, and just to tell you that, like, Lucasfilm is basically telling us, like, hey, we know you Boba Fett fans that you want this show, so we're still working on this show. So it's better that we've gotten a trailer earlier than we did get for Mando Season 2, because Mando Season 2, we got a trailer really late. We got it on September 15th, which was only a month and a half before it was coming out. So I was actually expecting this trailer to appear later, but it came earlier than expected, so that's definitely better. Now, if I had to say, before we start the video, if I had to say when we're probably going to get an official trailer, if I had to make a guess, I'd probably say we're probably going to get an official trailer in about half a month, maybe a little later, like maybe end of November, and then obviously on the 29th we get the Book of Boba Fett. So enough talking, I'm just going to get right into it. So just to say, this is on the official Star Wars YouTube channel. I'll link it below, and let's get right into it. So right here, press play. Looks like Tatooine, and then you confirm it's Tatooine because then you see this spider-looking thing that is walking towards the camera. So this spider-looking thing, I don't remember what it's called, but you can see a picture of it on the screen. So this spider thing actually appeared in 1983's Return of the Jedi, but it's heavily redesigned. So originally in 1983, I'm guessing it was probably like a puppet or something, but here you can definitely tell it's CGI, and the abdomen looks like different. So basically what this is as far as I know, I believe that a little jar that blue-orange jar on the front of his head, I believe that's where it keeps his brain, and then that body is just a robotic body. So I believe that it is just a brain, and then that's a robotic body. I have no idea, honestly. I'll throw the Wikipedia article up top on the screen so that you can actually read, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it walks across, and then you get to see Boba Fett's castle. I'm calling it Boba Fett's castle because now it's his castle, but it's still probably known by most of you Star Wars fans as Jabba's castle. So let me just skip back 10 seconds. We have a little voiceover from Tamir Morrison playing Boba Fett. So
I am not a bounty hunter.
He says, I'm not a bounty hunter, and then you see a droid giving him his helmet. Now, his helmet looks a little more dented up than we did see in Mando Season 2, because if you remember, originally his armor was, like, pretty dented up, but then he got then when it went to the Sarlacc pit, it got, like, really messed up because of all the acid and stuff. So then he painted it, and it became, like, really shiny and all new, but now it looks a little more weathered now. In Mando Season 2, it didn't really get that much weathering, so I'm guessing that probably takes place later in the season because you can definitely tell by his helmet. So that's just a good hint that we could be getting I called Mando. Boba Fett's going to be getting to a couple fights with some other bounty hunters that you'll probably see throughout the trailer. And that droid that's giving him the helmet, it doesn't really have a lot of resemblance. It kind of looks like Iden's droid Dio, not to be confused with the droid from Rise of Skywalker. Kind of like blue, I don't know. It's hard to see because you just see it out of the corner of the screen, but just wanted to mention that. So as you can see, Boba Fett, he's got his standard armor right now, no special modifications that I've noticed yet, and he's got a standard dent in the helmet. So the rest of his armor actually appears to be pretty much actually still colorated. You can see a couple dents on the armor, so you definitely tell that it's been nicely weathered.
Heard otherwise.
I've heard otherwise is what a voiceover says. Now that voiceover, you're going to learn later, is the Trandoshans. Lucasfilm, and then you'll see that Lucasfilm logo turns into the green color scheme for Boba Fett with the red scratches signifying the weathering. You see a town right here, which I don't really know what this town could be. This kind of looks like Tatooine, but honestly, most of the trailer looks like Tatooine, and I think Lucasfilm is smarter than to bring this entire show on Tatooine. Just they want to spread out the planets, but maybe this is like one of the first episodes. You can see that Boba Fett's jetpack again, and he's reloaded his missile launcher because he fired it in Mando Season 2, and then he has to reload it every time with Fennec Shan, played by Ming-Na Wen again.
I know that you sit on the throne.
So he says, I know that you sit on the throne, and the person that you see sitting on the throne is an Itholothian, I believe that's how it's pronounced, or it's an Ithorian. Sorry, I don't really know these Star Wars species. And then the person to the left, his maiden is a Twi'lek, which they were used throughout the galaxy as kind of service people, I guess. That was the same species as Harrison Dula and Ula from Return of the Jedi.
of your former employer.
So it appears that his former employer must have died, and then he's taken over the throne, kind of like how Bib Fortuna took over the throne after Jabba died. Then you get a nice far zoom of a city, which actually, you know what this kind of looks like? This could be Jeddah City after the attack on Jeddah happened, because then that would create a big crater in the earth. Kind of, I don't know, this could be Tatooine again, but I doubt they would have, like, there's Mos Eisley, Mos Espa, which are the two biggest cities, and there's Mos Pelgo, which nobody cares about, like the girl said in Mando Season 2, that's kind of a forgotten village. But this place looks a lot like Jeddah, which, if I have to make a guess, this could be the aftermath of Jeddah. And actually, if you zoom in a lot, I'll zoom in right here, you can see that that tower actually kind of looks like the Death Star turret tower, so maybe that's some Imperial tech that people have reused. You can see a ship fly in the background. Now, if I just zoom into the ship fly in the background, I don't know if it's my eyes, but that kind of looks like the Razor Crest
of your former employer.
So we're just going to wait till it gets there. So you can see a ship flying in the background. Now, if I zoom in a lot, it actually kind of looks like the Razor Crest. I bet you I'm just seeing things, because honestly, these trailers make you see what you want to see. Like, personally, me, I guess I'm just in the mood of The Mandalorian, so I might be thinking that I see the Razor Crest, but honestly, that just kind of looks like the Razor Crest. That might be a hint that the Razor Crest might appear in Mando in the Book of Boba Fett, because even, like, you might think that they hide everything very carefully, but actually, you could see Boba Fett's jetpack in the Mando Season 2 trailer, and a couple of keen-eyed fans saw that. So maybe this is a hint that Lucasfilm is just hiding the Razor Crest in there. But if we remember, the Razor Crest is blown up. So let's go back a little bit and think that the Razor Crest has been blown up. So we think that this is definitely going to take place after Mandalorian Season 2. So let's just slow back a little bit and think that this could be the same type of ship as the Razor Crest, or it's just not the Razor Crest, or maybe Mando's getting a new Razor Crest. We shall see. Then you see Jabba's throne.
Jabba ruled with fear.
You see a couple people attacking Boba Fett in the castle, and then you can see Gamorrean to the right. And Tamir Morrison says, Jabba ruled with fear.
I intend to rule with respect.
So he says, I will attend to rule with respect. And then he takes off his helmet. See that there are a lot of shots in this trailer with Boba Fett taking off his helmet. So this is kind of like compensation for the fact that we never got to see Boba Fett's face throughout the original trilogy. So now he's basically just taking off his helmet whenever he feels like it. Like in the middle of battle when I could be getting shot off. Oh, why don't I take off my helmet for a good fight scene right here? And then, of course, you can see a couple Gamorrean guards back there in the background and one right here in the background. So this could still be Tatooine because you can see a Gamorrean guard in the background. Streaming exclusively on Disney Plus with the same font.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial.
So let's just unpack that scene right there. So Wing Wen says that you were once working with Jabba the Hutt. So I'm guessing that they must have worked with Jabba the Hutt under Jabba's criminal empire or something. And then when Jabba died, they kind of just like branched off. And those people right there were a couple Transoceans, and then there were a couple Gotel, I believe is what they were. Gotel are the species that is the goat that you see in New Hope.
You were all once captains under Jabba.
So let's just see Trandoshans like Bosk.
Proposal that's mutually beneficial.
And then there's one species like Pana Baba, no Gotel, but what Pana Baba was that guy in New Hope that got his arm chopped off. Then you see them going from the balcony of, I believe that could be maybe one of the places of Jabba's palace. We've never seen this before. This could be part of Jabba's palace, or maybe not. Maybe this is a whole different thing. We'll see. We'll have to see. Every
Why
galaxy.
speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
So let's just unpack that scene right there. You see a couple Tusken Raiders, and then you see they walk into a bar, and you see a couple Twi'leks like we saw earlier. And he says, "Why rule with?" So he says, "Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?" Wise words from Boba Fett. So it has an underworld. So every galaxy has an underworld, and then you see Slave One flying.
What prevents us all from killing you?
You see the Transocean say, what prevents us all from killing you? So that's a threat right there. So I'm guessing that they must be trying to negotiate something. This is a lot of, like, they really kind of, like, keep this very enclosed. Like, we really don't know a lot about the series right now. All we really see is negotiations between him and the Transocean, and a lot of shots at Tatooine right now.
And taking what we want.
So Boba Fett's helmet falls down, and then you see a bunch of credits fall out, which could be reminiscent to how Jango Fett's helmet fell off when he got his head chopped off. That could be a slight reference to that, but just wanted to point that out. So you see a bunch of people with riot shields, which is clearly reminiscent of how the SWAT in our world uses shields to prevent riots and stuff like that. And then you see that they surround Fennec Shand and Boba Fett, and then one of them has like a electro staff. So then Boba Fett takes the electro staff and hits the guy with the electro staff, which could be also reminiscent to how John Walker and Falcon and the Winter Soldier hit one of the Flag Smashers with the shield. They kind of have a bit of similarities, but just notice that.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
So then Fennec Shand says to one of the people that they're working with, if you had spoken such menace to Jabba, they would have fed you to his menagerie, which is she's basically talking about the Rancor, or maybe the beast in the Great Pit of Cancun, maybe the Sarlacc that ate Boba Fett, or at least we thought he ate Boba Fett. See, look, Jabba seems to have a bad habit of throwing people to get eaten by people. He's got his Rancor, but then the Rancor is dead right now, so now, and the Sarlacc, we assume it could be dead. We might get a little bit of backstory on that.
Please. Speak freely.
So then Boba Fett says, please speak freely, ending this trailer with a nice shot of the Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars. Original series streaming December 29th. Now just take a look at this logo. This has a lot of reminiscence to the Clone Wars logo that we saw, because it says Star Wars and then it says the Book of Boba Fett. Kind of like how the Star Wars, the Clone Wars logo said Star, the Clone Wars, Wars, which was a bit weird because it's supposed to be Star Wars and then inside was the Clone Wars. I don't know, it's a bit weird. Disney Plus. And that is the end of this trailer. Basically, there's not a lot to unpack that trailer, but that does give us a slight taste of what could be happening in this show. So far, all we really know is that mostly it's going to deal with a lot of the underworld of Coruscant, as it even says in the trailer. Every galaxy has an underworld, so it's going to be dealing a lot with the underworld of Tatooine that we haven't really seen ever since Jabba has died. Now basically he had control over Tatooine. He had control over Nal Hutta after all the rest of the Hutts died. He had control over so many stuff, and now that he's dead, basically everything is out of control. So basically now it must be Boba Fett. It must be trying to rein this galaxy back in together, because as you see, Jabba, he ruled with fear. Well, he's going to rule with the right way. He's ruling the right way. Jango Fett has taught him well. So honestly, this trailer is actually really cool and gives us a nice taste of what we could be expecting. It's only 1 minute and 48 seconds, but I'll link it in the description so that you can check this out for yourself. So that's basically all we've gotten so far for this, but this definitely looks really cool. Like I said, we're probably going to get a trailer in about a little over half a month, but really cool to see. So if there are any other details that I missed in this trailer, you can tell me down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and bye.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi. Huh?